Hey there, you guys. Welcome back. Now it's time to go through the grow space. It's not full yet. We're still putting stuff in, but I thought I'd bring you in kind of like a this is what we're at so far kind of thing, and it's starting to fill up. I've got a lot of small stuff in here. The next thing to come in is going to be the big things, and where I'm sitting right now, that's not going to be where I can sit later. So I might as well do a quick little update on what's happening, and the next one will be when this place is full. So I'm not looking forward to it being completely full. It's hard to walk around in here, it's hard to water, it's hard to insect control, it's hard to do everything because everything is so packed. So anyway, let's get to it, let's wander about, let's look at the lights and some of the plants. It'll just be a quick overview, but you'll see where I'm at. So in here I've got a variety of different lights. In the center, I just turned these on. It was really dark when I was, or it felt dark on my face when I was starting the video. So I ended up turning these guys on, but there's nothing on the floor yet. I use these pads to lift the plants up off the concrete floor so that they don't get too cold. Even though it's warm down here, the concrete floor is touching the ground, obviously, so it gets a little cool to touch. So raising the pots up actually keeps the soil temperature up a little bit better, so it's not as cold for them, and the tropicals like it. I got these from Amazon. These are, I believe these are LED lights. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go underneath. Can't even see them. Alright, maybe they're just fluorescent tubes. I've got some LED ones and I've got some fluorescent tubes. These ones are fluorescent tubes. So these ones do really, really well. They have rather high light, but not as high as others. So I like putting my Haworthias, which like good light, but not direct light. So they really like it under here. These Haworthias are needing to be repotted because they're just they're getting all gangly and they need to get individualized, and that they'll like it better being in their own pot. These African violets get forgotten all the time, and which there's no good reason, because I've got them with their little reservoirs, so they're self-watering, but I need to fill those reservoirs. But I'm going to be down here more often dealing with those, so they're going to be full more often coming soon. So yeah, these lights, I have one of those here and then one of these down here. I've got the little lithup seedlings, which we're going to look at a little bit closer in another video. They're doing okay. They're starting to split. It looks like they're not doing great, but I'm noticing that the new leaves are coming out and the old leaves are shriveling up, so which is their natural life cycle. So it looks pretty sad in there, but it's just because they're doing their thing. Down here where I have the succulent planters, these were out hanging on the fence. This one and this one. This one I had growing on the center of the coffee table outside, and then I've got some Nepenthes here. These are my Ventricosa, I believe, and then these here are the ones I got from Brad's greenhouse. They were worse for wear. I put them in too much sun. They started to burn, and then I took them out of the sun, and they started to put out new growth. So hopefully they like it better inside. So I have all of these under here because last year I don't think I gave them enough light, and I also watered from above. This year I have the self-watering pot, so I'm just going to fill the reservoir up and then let them dry out completely and then refill the reservoir. Over here I have one of my Amorphophallus. I believe that one's Bulbifer. Nope, that one's a Peonifolia right there. And just letting that one grow until it goes dormant. I don't have it under the light, but it is getting enough light off to the side. And then over here, I have, this is the inexpensive grow light that I showed you in a previous video. It's over top of a few things. I've got the Amorphophallus Titan in there, some Alocasias, my scented geranium, a species geranium, just doing its thing, and then in this one I have this one actually gives good bright light. It's mostly in the red spectrum, it seems, and it's for a lot of orchids. I've got some Alicera, I believe is what it's called. I've got some Cattleya. I've got some Zygopetalum, and Brassia, some Paphiopedilums. There's a bunch of different things under there. This is where the what is this one? This is the Mars Hydro. I've got a bunch of things under there right now. That's going to change. I'm not sure what I'm going to grow under this one at the moment, but right now it's got a couple of different things. When more things come in, I'm going to reorganize. So what you see now isn't necessarily how it's going to stay. I'm just trying to make space. And then over here, I've got, this is another really, really bright one. So I've got all my succulents that like a lot of bright light. So you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. What is this one? Xerociclia, Sansevierias, all kinds of Echeveras. Not sure what this is. I thought that this was supposed to be more of a ball type cactus, like a barrel style, but it appears that it is going to grow tall with these bumps on it. If you know what this one's called, I'd love to know. Really, really cool looking thing, and it feels neat too. There's no prickles, so it feels like one of those massagers that you'd run down your back. We've got some Aeonium. The Frizzle Sizzle is back there too, looking nice. I'm hoping to give it enough sun so that it stays frizzly and sizzly. So yeah, and this is the String of Turtles. What is this one? This is a something prostrata. Peperomia prostrata. I can't even say it. And then down on this one, this is just a really basic, I believe it's a T8 light. There's 2 T8 light bulbs in here, and this is for things that are my Gesneriads for the most part. So there's some I can't even talk today. Syningia, Gloxinella, some African violets. These Pinguiculas weren't doing very great under the brighter light, and I just moved them over here to see if they would do better. They were doing well all summer long, and then all of a sudden they just started to look like crap. So I know that they go a little bit dormant in the winter, but that is not dormant. That is dying. So yeah, there's this shelf. Some of these things they don't have anything in them right now, but they go dormant. So I keep them off to the side, and eventually, if they don't grow anything in a year, I'll unpot it and I'll see if there's a bulb or rhizomes or anything in there that are viable, and if not, I just toss it. But many of these Gesneriads end up going dormant for a little while. Oh, and here's a little string of hearts. Can you see it? Oh, right there, string of hearts. And then here we got our little string of dolphins as it's swimming around. Really, really cool little plant. Hopefully they're going into focus. Who knows? This one is a T8s as well. This one doesn't do as good of light, but it's okay. I think this one does about 2,000 foot candles, maybe 2,500 foot candles. So it's not awful, but it's not the brightest. And what's the temperature down here? The temperature under the grow lights currently is about 57% humidity and 26.1 Celsius degrees. So it's nice and toasty down here. Oh, I love this little geranium. This is a Pelargonium trist. I love the leaves on it. Reminds me of a carrot leaf. Hopefully that stays growing over the winter time. And we've got this lemon that I grew from a seed, so hopefully that continues to do well down here. It did really well outside. It just showed up in one of my amaryllis, because when I use some lemon juice, I just pop the seeds in the soil, and whatever grows, grows. Over in this side, we've got some Phalaenopsis, and we've got some Adenium, and then back there is a Euphorbia, something jewel. I forget what the common name is for that. Oh, and I think this is called Silver Spoon, or Copper Spoon, something like that. And then down below here, this is just a mixed ball, same light as above. I've got some more Gesneriads. I need to clean some of these up, and I like this one. This is Gesneriad, Primulina tabacum, I believe, and I love the really vibrant flowers. It's kind of sticky. It smells like a tobacco plant. I can't really describe it. It's got a really pretty, almost like a tea smell. It smells like a London fog tea. And then we've got some pennywort. I love these. These are really, really fun to grow. I thought I killed it, but then I gave it more water. It dried out when I was on vacation, and it came back. So I'm very happy about that. And we've just got some Gasteria, and I think that this is a type of Echeveria. So that's what's growing under the main lights. All the big things are going to be coming into the center. All the bananas and bigger elephant ears. We'll see what's going to happen. And then this is where I make my videos. It's a really messy desk right now because everything is coming in. So I'm getting projects ready. I've got some soil here. I've been repotting some things as they come in, like this one here. We're going to see a video on this one very, very soon. A repotting video. It was leaning against the tripod. It burst out of its pot. I don't know that you'll see that. The light is terrible. So just maybe this weekend I'll go and do a potting video on that. And then over here I have the Spider Farmer light. And right now I have a few things. These might stay the same, but I'm not sure. With the cinnamon tree, a crinum, and a butylon, and I think that's about it. I've got the Amazon lily as well off to the side, kind of dormant. And then off here by the water heater, I've got a single light, and I thought I'd get creative. I had a plant stand right here, but the plant stand got moved, so I ended up using some chains on one of our pipes, and I'm using that as a plant hanger. So that this light can get the plant. So this is a Vanda. I'm not sure what this one's called. It's got cool Phalaenopsis type flowers. And I have a Rinco Stylus. This is the Rinco Stylus. It has never done really much since I've owned it. I've had it for a number of years, and it hasn't really grown. I think it put out a couple of new leaves, but the roots just look horrendous. They just are really, really pruned up and not looking so good. So basically in this pot I've got a couple of Vandas and whatever this is, and the Rinco Stylus. And my hand is starting to shake because I've been holding the camera too long. So and then I need to get in here and clean up. I've been doing some moving things around, but obviously sorting out pots is always a difficult task. It's easy to say and it's easy to get done, but then when you start repotting things, it doesn't take long for it to become out of place again. Very, very quickly. So anyway, this is the grow space so far. Wait for another update. It'll be in a couple of weeks, I'm sure, when everything gets full. And hopefully you enjoyed this. I want to see what your grow spaces look like. Maybe not this big, maybe not this elaborate, maybe it's bigger, maybe it is more elaborate, maybe you have everything on timers and it's your whole darn basement. I'd love to see what those look like. Post them on the Plants and Things What's Growing page, and yeah, until next time you guys, happy growing.